breaking news development. I have to go to Rhythm. Rhythm has got something from the court. Rhythm, over to you.
All right, let's tell our viewers that we're just going to break down this inside scoop about what the Maharashtra government that's going to be led by top legal Congress's top legal Dr. Abhishek Manu Singhvi is going to be arguing in the court. But viewers, before that, I also want to tell you one item to go in one item now. Item 13 in the top court, Sushant Singh Rajput, justice for his case, is going to come up in the Supreme Court. Let's tell our viewers what the Maharashtra government is going to argue in the courts today. They are going to say, firstly, we oppose the CBI probe. If every case, in such a case, the CBI comes to the Supreme Court and says, we want to investigate the case, then the doctrine of federalism will have no binding in India. So very high-tech, technical legal arguments is what they are going to bank on. They're not going to go on the facts of the case, being completely aware that they should not be speaking about the investigation. They should not be talking about the merits of the case, very sure about that. So the Maharashtra government is going to go the technical, the legal route, and they are going to now be talking about this case. They're going to be giving out great details about how federalism has to be followed, about how they believe that the Maharashtra government in this case should be the only agency to be following through. The CBI should not at this point of time be having jurisdiction and be investigating the case. At one point, the Maharashtra government in the top court today, after giving out contentions of their affidavit, is also going to say it is wrong for this case to be transferred to the CBI. If this is done in such a manner, all the matters would be transferred to the CBI or the state of their choice. So it's a very clear frontal attack on the CBI and the Bihar government that the Maharashtra state is going to do today. In roughly 3 to 2 minutes now, viewers, item 13 is going to begin in the top court, and even as we're going to continue staying with our panelists, we're getting you an inside scoop about what the Maharashtra government is going to go on this. Let's also tell you, when the Maharashtra government comes to the court, and I also want to bring in our senior news editor Prakash Singh here. Prakash, you've been following the case like I've said earlier for the past 57 days. You've got several clinchers in this case. Now the Maharashtra government is once again going to attack the Bihar government and say that it's only them who has jurisdiction, because federalism demands that the state where the cause of action has arisen is the only state that can have jurisdiction to investigate the case.
Well, Ridham, it looks like a fixed match between the Maharashtra government and Riya Chakravarti in the first place. And as the matter is being heard in the Supreme Court for jurisdiction issue, why it should not be a jurisdiction issue? Because the Mumbai police has already bossed up the case, blocked the investigation, and there are enough evidences where Mumbai police seems to be hand in glove with Riya Chakravarti, trying to protect Riya Chakravarti. Even in the affidavit that was filed in the Supreme Court, it appears that it's the same line and the same note and the same plea that has been made in the Supreme Court. We have had enough evidences as far as Mumbai police is concerned that why the Mumbai police should not investigate this case. First, DCP of Bandra, Trimukhe, was caught talking to Riya Chakravarti after Sushant Singh Rajput's death. This was not once, but 5 times the communications have happened. What was the DCP of Bandra communicating with Riya Chakravarti even after Sushant Singh Rajput's death? The plea would be given that they would be talking for interrogation, but never in my journalistic career I've heard a senior police officer talking to a prime suspect like this. Generally it is the SHO and the IO. Second, the inquest video was not taken, and the manner in which the body was hanging from the ceiling, they have no evidence, and the evidence were tampered with. Third, there are enough evidences as to how when the father of Sushant Singh Rajput had messaged the 2 WhatsApp message which we are talking about this morning, that he had raised an alarm with Riya Chakravarti and Shruti Modi wanting to visit his son Sushant Singh Rajput in Mumbai in November, and thereafter the family had also raised an alarm with the DCP of Mumbai that there was a threat to Sushant Singh Rajput's life, trying to eliminate them, and then the family went to Mumbai to meet Sushant Singh Rajput, but Riya blocked the family members from meeting Sushant. And the financial fraud angle also, we have evidences as to how the financial fraud was conducted over a period of time and an organized loot was orchestrated. But the Mumbai police did not act. And for the past 60 days or so, the Mumbai police has failed to come to any conclusive evidence. They are still working on the theory of suicide, even though the